Fishing the Wild West TV with Wes David is brought to you by Tracker Boats, fish the finest. Adventure Destination International. Book your trip of a lifetime with Adventure Destination International in Thompson's Resort, along with Cam Clark Ford, the official vehicle of Fishing the Wild West TV.
Fishing the Wild West.
She's getting a little western on the deck. This week on Fishing the Wild West TV, we're in beautiful northern Saskatchewan with Adventure Destination International at their only all-inclusive fly-in fishing lodge, Twin Falls Lodge. We're going to be fishing for northern pike, walleye, and taking in some breathtaking scenery. This is a little better one. They're strong because they're a current fish. They're used to fighting that current. I sure wish the action was a little faster. Beauty, mad. Again, this is that big sky jig. I got a leader on because Barry says it's nothing to catch a 30+ northern pike in here as well. So a heavy jig, a leader just so I don't lose my jigs, and frozen minnows, soft plastics, 5 feet of water, crazy current. Barry just repositioned us because of the current had pushed us away. But this whole area is a honey hole for walleye. I guess that's why Barry calls it the refrigerator. They are strong. Again, big sky jig, beautiful Saskatchewan walleye. And lots of them. It's like you're setting that jig right down into their mouth. They're sitting there feeding. I don't know how long we've been here, not very long, 20 minutes. And I bet you we're about 15 walleye in. So I've been going through a lot of minnows. Barry's confident bait is the minnow. But I'm gonna tie on a big bite bait, you know, and I'm just imitating a minnow. And I won't go through so many minnows because these big bite baits are durable, tough, and they last probably the next 20, 30, 40 fish, which will be 20, 30, 40 minutes. Oh, he bit it. But now, because I got a big bite bait on there, I know my bait's still there. There he is. Nice wall. Had I brought that up just to check my bait, I would have been a minute less fishing because that big bite plastic's on there. With that big sky jig, this guy is in the boat. And I look, everything's still intact. No problems, jig, hook, bait. Back down. We'll add another walleye to the mix. There's one there. I casted it out a little further than normal and swam that big bite bait back and got another nice walleye. And where we are, you can't see it, right around that point is the lodge. Twin Falls Lodge is less than a minute away. Again, a lot of people come down after supper and fish from shore, work off that meal that you just had in the lodge. And catch incredible walleye like that. That is a beautiful, beautiful walleye. Man, they're pretty gold. Amazing. Away he goes. Current walleye at Twin Falls Lodge, literally less than a minute from the lodge. Non-stop action, catch 1, 2, maybe even 300 walleye here, all through here. Incredible fishing.
This segment has been brought to you by Steel Shad Lures, any fish, any depth, any season, and Power Pole, total boat control. Closed captioning is brought to you by Buzz Bomb Tackle, iconic sonic fishing lures, made in North America for over 50 years.
We've just been, this is one of Barry's spots. We're actually going to a lake that we gotta park this boat and walk into for some incredible walleye fishing, but this is one of Barry's favorite northern pike areas as we pass by it. He said we better work it a little bit. And sure enough, here we go. We're just trolling through here. The Len Thompson, 5 of diamonds on, number 2s. Yeah, he's coming in here. He's weeded up, making him feel a little heavier than what he was, but he's still a great one. Did you see him, Barry?
Yeah, he's half decent. That's pretty nice.
There he is, perfect. This is a great fish when you're just heading to your walleye spot. I don't know what he is. We can give him a quick measurement here on the board. I'm just guessing, looks like about 38. Again, 38-inch northern pike at Twin Falls Lodge when you're heading to your walleye spot. That's pretty good start to your morning. He knows he's a, there he goes. Thanks, sweetheart. Again, we're just trolling through here, I don't know how long, how far, going walleye fishing. There's another one on. He feels good. I don't know if he's as big as that 38 we just landed, but all we did was go back to Barry's starting point and troll again, and oh, he's probably 38 again. He's just fighting a lot different. The old original 5 of diamonds hanging out of his mouth. And I tell you, I've caught all my biggest pike in my career have come off the size number 2. Number 2 Len Thompson. Beauty Barry. There's another great pike. If you're coming up here to Twin Falls Lodge, this is the only full inclusive trip that we do each year. Make sure you get a chance to request Barry. Get him in your boat. All the guides are great up here, but Barry's got lots of great stories. Hey Barry, we've been well entertained and catching fish on our way to our walleye spots. Let's do it again.
Sauger. Oh, pike just came after the sauger. Look.
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh, he's got him right now. Look.
Look. They're a little aggressive here. That northern pike, I hope it caught it on camera. That northern pike, Barry caught a sauger. We're just looking for some walleye in a new spot. Caught a sauger, and that 3 or 4 pound northern pike come up and latched onto the side of that sauger at the same time. They're pretty aggressive here at Twin Falls Lodge. That one has a little weight to it. God, I hope it's a walleye. He didn't really hit it hard. I just felt a little tug in the weight of him. Hopefully, it's a good walleye. It is too. Into the net with that F-bomb from Lucky Bug Lures. Perfect, just popped out. I'll show the camera the fish. And then I'll show him the lure. So that's a great, like he's not long, but you can see how thick they are across the back and mad. We're getting back in the water. Show you what I'm doing here. So Barry's back trolling. He's running the boat backwards so we can keep our speed. Now I have a leader on here because I can unclip this now and start jigging, you know, a big sky jig if I wanted. And it's because we're picking up pike at the same time. But this time I've clipped on a bouncer, a leader to here, because again, we're picking up pike, and then that F-bomb. And it's, I mean, they don't see this up here. They're aggressive fish up here at Twin Falls, but it's a lot of fun to catch them, and they're hitting it every single pass.
This segment has been brought to you by Hooked Magazine, hooked on fishing in the great outdoors, and Lucky Bug Lures. Get hooked on Lucky Bug Lures. Welcome back to Fishing the Wild West TV.
This is trolling at its simplest, well before trolling motors, and it's still just as effective. Back trolling, controlling your speed, zigzagging just like you'd bottom bounce any other walleye species or any lake. And that's all Barry's doing, is just zigzagging in and out, finding the structure. It's a rock structure here, weeds. Water's really high, so we're even into the trees, and we're just zigzagging in and off this rock structure by back trolling. Hopefully she's a walleye. Oh. There's a little walleye with an F-bomb hanging out of his mouth. I don't think we even... Nice little guy. We're going for bigger, but they're all loving that F-bomb. Got another one on. It's just starting to sprinkle a little bit, but we're catching way too nice a walleye to shut down. These are some great walleye that we're bouncing the F-bomb through. And the F-bomb is picking up the bigger walleye as well. There, thanks. Incredible trips here at Twin Falls Lodge. Northern pike, great walleye, amazing accommodations, shore lunches, everything you need in an all-inclusive fly-in fishing trip of a lifetime. Got another one on. We're just crossing this little channel. Barry's got another spot just over here. But he said, Barry's just like me. If we're moving, we better have a hook in the water. So he said, let's just troll over there. So he trolled our Len Thompsons. This is a really good fish. Awesome. Yep, so we'll just take our time. He's not ready. Number 2, Len Thompson in them. Oh my God, I hate it when they flop like that. Whoa. Holy cow. I hate it when they flop around like that. They got every chance in the world to spit the hook. Barry's got him in the ego net. I'm just gonna get this out of there, Barry.
He's high enough that you can.
This is the results of Barry telling us to troll to his next spot. 36, 37 inch pike, huge, just thick across the body, and loving the number 2 Len Thompsons. Oh man, she's so beautiful. When you're releasing these fish, a lot of people, like I hold them till they take off like that, but never pull a fish backwards in the water, regardless of the size of the fish. It actually runs gill or water past their gills the wrong way, and you're not really helping them. I will hold them and just kind of move them back and forth, but never pull them backwards. Just let them sit there, catch your breath, and as you've seen, away they'll go.
Wild Cookhouse is brought to you by Wild West Seasonings, home of award-winning seasonings, marinades, brines, and batters.
So we're here, we're having our shore lunch. Barry, our guide, is mixing up a new batch. Normally he fries it, but Barry, you got a new recipe this year.
Yeah, I decided to try something a little different from the fried walleye we always have. Not that there's anything wrong with it. It's when you've had a long trip, you want try something a little different. And
so what's this going to be?
I came up with this. So I got some olive oil in here. I got some Wild West seasoning here. And I have some citrus, some onions, some celery, some green and orange peppers.
And we're going to bake this walleye. This is a baked walleye on one of the many islands here on the water body. You're going to catch a lot of fish at Twin Falls Lodge, but the one most talked about is the one right here.
This segment has been brought to you by Lynn Thompson Lures, Canadian made for over 90 years, and Rock Guard, protect your investment. This segment is brought to you by Big Sky Flies and Jigs, tackle you can trust, and Tourism Saskatchewan. Start planning your visit today.
He's turning the boat, so he must be good. Usually them big ones, when they bite, they hit it hard and they just move sideways. They just start swimming away with it. And that's what this one did. Feels like he's got a little weed on him though. I can feel the weed kind of shaking off my leader at the same time. Yeah, he's a decent pike. He's just kind of now realized that he's hooked. Yeah, that's a great pike. They've all been great pike. Even the little hammer handles, they're all a lot of fun to catch. Oh, Barry, he tricked you. There he is, he's in the net. And there is another incredible, look how wide they are across the back. Healthy. Regardless of their length, you should feel how heavy those fish are. It's incredible. This is a great fish, he's in good health. Oh my God. I could just stare at these fish all day. She's so beautiful. I just can't believe how wide they are. That is awesome. And like I said, we'll go another half a dozen boat lengths and Barry will put us on another. The fish that Barry here has put us on all week, he's a legend in my mind. Hey Barry?
Pretty good anyway.
He gets nervous when I'm not paying attention. This one's caught on a lure that I talked to Jessica Pallister at Len Thompson Lures about. One of my favorite colors is hammered brass and that orange, because it resembles a walleye, it resembles perch. I got this pattern, I got a pattern where it's halfway up, and we'll show them to you on the Gear Talk. There's another beauty. And they're stacked in here. There's tons of them. Barry has put us on so many of this, and bigger, smaller, they're all incredible.
This Gear Talk is brought to you by Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's. Your adventure starts here.
This week at Twin Falls Lodge, let's talk about what we use here on Fishing Wild West TV. For northern pike, we use the Len Thompson #2. Now we used a variety of colors because all these lures create flash and vibration. It was what the pike went after. But we used the lure that I designed from Len Thompson. It trails on the Fire Tiger. I just came to different design. I've got 2 orange, the hammered brass, and another orange. Now I have a variety of these where it's the colors are staged differently. But what the real ticket was the flash and vibration. Again, all the #2s, all the biggest pike I've ever caught in my life have come on nothing bigger than a #2 Len Thompson lure. From there, for walleye, which was it seems like there's no end to them here. When we were bottom bouncing, the real ticket was the F-bomb from Lucky Bug Lures. Created, again, a lot of flash and vibration. One of the key things was the silver within the lure. All the lures we used had some sort of silver and even some sort of red. Maybe it turned on to blood, turned them on their predator instinct to hit. When we would find them, locate them, or just it was an area where we needed to jig, it was a big sky jig, heavy jig, because there's lots of current here. We're fishing part of the Churchill River system. So there was lots of current, and we used the big sky jigs, the heaviest we had. This is the rock and roll jig, so it's got a rattle in it, and we tipped those either with a minnow or big bite baits. Come up with a bunch of these lures, Len Thompson, big sky jigs, Lucky Bug Lures, and you're gonna have non-stop action at Twin Falls Lodge. Book your fishing trip of a lifetime with Adventure Destination International and choose from one of 15 different fly-out trips. Or if you want to be pampered, stay at Twin Falls Lodge. After 58 years, the old lodge is being retired and the brand new lodge will be ready for anyone booking their trip from 2021 and on. I'm your host, Wes David, Fishing the Wild West TV. If you like what you've seen, follow us on social media or through Hook Magazine.
The antidote to spend 10 hours on this fishing boat. No cell phone service and no lawn to mow. What matters most is that I'm all alone. Living a dream, fishing the stream, fishing the stream, living a dream.
Follow us on social media or at fishingthewildwesttv.com.